Twisted Tower. We're gonna pretend like this didn't happen. It is daytime now. So hopefully I'll be able to handle this.
Tiny. Things have changed since the war. While you were away, I met someone whose established position promises a steady future.
Okay, so I'm still not really sure what the intro meant. Like, are we looking for her? Is that what's happening? I do remember that last time I was running around looking for stuff and I couldn't really do anything until I had the mallet or whatever it is called.
What the hell is this place?
Mm-hmm. I see you. I see that you see me.
This should come in handy.
There's a knife in their hand. Ugh. We gotta start at the very beginning though. 'Cause I think there's stuff in the balloons. That castle is diabolical. How similar. Oh gosh. I hope Disney doesn't get them. That would be sad. Nothing fell. Like, this castle is too close. I guess because they have that little like balcony. It's different. Ew, I just looked at the mallet again. It's just brains and bleh. Oh yeah, let me get this thing out the way. Mm-hmm. Cigarettes. What broke? Uh-oh. I really wonder what these tickets are. Like, are these lives? Do I have 130 lives? Why is the mallet clean? It's all of a sudden clean. There's no blood and guts on it. Remember before I put it in the water and it didn't clean it. I wonder if I hit it one time. Yeah. And it dirties it. Oh yeah, the pumpkins. Nothing. Pumpkin gunk. Oh, that's part of another one. Okay, well, we're just smashing pumpkins just to smash them. Nothing here? Okay, alright. Oh, here we go. I wonder if I could have seen it in the bush before it ran if I knew where it was. The bottom line is it was watching me and I don't like that. I don't like that. Nothing. Sorry, I'm messing up all your beautiful decorations. Just trying to get these tickets since I don't know what they're for.
An old sign. Climb to the top, brave and clever. Claim the treasure. Yours forever.
Are those lemurs? Like, what are those creatures? Oh, I'm not ready. I'm really not ready. Oh, and my mallet is clean again. Okay. And I think, oh yeah. Oh my gosh. I forgot about this thing. But this is as far as I got. I don't like being watched. I don't like jump scares. And I feel like this game is going to have all of that. Nothing. Oh, it's not moving. Okay. But it's glowing. Help. It's... I'm not ready. Who is laughing? What are you laughing at? Game saved, so basically I could die from here. Oh god. I was stressed out. Who is laughing? I like it. The blood? I see a figure and it's moving.
You just step up.
What did it
What
say?
was that guy's problem?
I mean, are you gone? Okay. Huggy bear. Yeah, we don't want to hug you. We're good. I don't like that your knife is up. Okay, yeah, put your knife behind your... And how do I get my health? There's nothing I can do? It's crazy because I don't like the unknown. Try sprint and crouch for some slick slide in action. Oh, went backwards. Oh, what I said? Okay. I said crouch and it got me up. I feel like something's gonna happen up there. Yeah, so that thing coming at me wasn't bad. It's the unknown that is stressing me out. Ascend to your dreams.
Welcome to the Twisted Tower, where your wildest dreams will bloom and flower. Through slee halls and wonders grand, you'll squeal for more at my command. And if you reach the top tonight, the treasure may steal Charlotte's heart outright. Yes, Tiny, we know all about Charlotte.
My name is Tiny. Oh. Row circling is not good. Resort check-in. Okay. Oh, there's a hat. Can I take it? No? I want the hat. Oh, I don't want to press the lever. Press the lever. Smoking is strongly encouraged. Okay, thank you. I don't trust those doors. I feel like there's something in there. Like something I'm supposed to get. twisted snack, you'll see it next to your health bar and you can eat it whenever you like. You can hold up to 10 snacks at a time. Okay. Oh, this is something that I throw. Okay. My mallet is clean now. Like in there. Must be something that we come back for. Yeah, that's not creepy at all. Oh, there's another one. $25. It says time to pull the lever. I'm not ready. Into your dreams. It's probably gonna close behind me. I didn't yet. I'm gonna tore this up. Nothing. What is that? Ooh, 100. Okay. Still don't know what they're for, but assuming it's something we need. I don't trust it. Let me stop being a little bitch. But technically I could leave. Nothing. Damn, I tore the door off. Okay. Win her back. Am I supposed to pretend to go back there? Because we all know that I'm not going to be able to, right? You're not coming? Yeah, he's going to close the door. Yeah, I knew it. Oh, and then this dropped. Okay. Ooh. Not ready. It's pitch black. And smoky. Okay, let's just go. What the heck? So you stop moving because you hear me? The money is mine.
What the hell happened here?
Oh wait, there's no head. Okay. Oh, okay. Another treat. Hmm. All right. This is why I am the worst person to go to haunted houses with, because I am so scary. I mean, it would be pretty if there wasn't blood. Let's say exit. Okay. And what are these creatures? Are they gators? $100 again. Okay. Is that down here? Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Not yet. I'm not ready. Ew. You guys don't clean this place? Can I not go upstairs? Because since it's telling me to go downstairs, I kind of want to go upstairs. I feel like it's free. Or it's not free, but it's safer. My goodness, that splats all over the place. I don't see anybody. There's something up there too. We're in the lobby. Mermaid Palace. Welcome Center, Clown Casino, Lightspeed Land. In the penthouse. Me. Do all this. Golly, they're just breaking banisters. So whatever this is can break metal. That's fine. Is that thing? Yeah, it's watching me. Mm-mm. Oh. Yeah, I see you. No? Okay. Because you have a mallet.
Wish upon a star for the right price. Are you sure about that, chap?
Yeah. Wind up.
You're pulling all the right strings. Are you sure about that, chap? You're pulling all the right strings. Pleasure doing business, big guy.
Mm-hmm. And you're not... Oh! Was its nose always that long? Oh boy. Okay, we're just gonna go downstairs because this thing is freaking me out. Oh! Ooh. Okay. Okay, here we go. Oh, maybe this isn't anything. Okay. So I guess I do have to go upstairs. Yep. Something tells me he's gonna attack me at some point. Okay, so we got 4 trees. Don't know what that means, but yeah. Mr. Twister welcomes you. Not anymore. This thing's still craning its neck. I see its nose. Oh. Someone else watching us. Great. I don't know if I want to on that. Alright, it's not worth it. Are these corn dogs? Yes, they are. Cool. I mean,
Hee-haw, if it isn't Tiny Martin. Twister's all hot and bothered by you. Finally, a guest to experience this stupid park. Frankly, Twister hasn't been this excited since, well... Anyways, I will say, I have a bit of skepticism. You're not the looker, as you're well aware. That said, as long as you keep these pristine halls tidy, I think you and I can get along.
alright,
Hee-haw, if it isn't Tiny Martin.
we don't need to go
Twister's
through that
all hot and
again.
bothered by you. Frankly, Twister...
I don't want to hit you. Okay. Oh, okay, let's do it. This is an elevator card. You'll have access to the next floor.
You did it!
A voice. Do I have to... I'm not ready. Dining hall. What's for dinner? That on the wall, that is terrifying. That's a loris. Because I'm thinking of Madagascar. I'm pretty sure that's a loris. Okay. Hello. audacity to call yourself Huggy Bear. Tonight's menu: pizza and cigarettes. What? With Jerry Giraffe and friends. Don't forget your photo with the Huggy Bears at 9 p.m. I'll pass on that, please. Can't jump. All up in my face. Where did the bear go? Okay, so that gives you more health. The bear is gone. What happened? Yeah, I can't go under here. This doesn't want to open. Okay. That's the camera. Okay. I'm really upset that the bear's gone. Or Loris, whatever it is. Oh, I was just stepping all up on. Not being aware of my surrounding. Oh, I need to go up there and get that. Okay. I don't want to step on this, but I don't have a choice. What the heck? To make sure I'm not going to bite my lip if something pops out.
Tiny, I have a confession to share. It's about the prize, so handle it with care. The prize is not quite what you'd expect, it's true. But trust me, you'll like it more than you knew.
Oh! I used to have that toy, but it didn't have teeth. Oh. Okay. I have to look for things as tall as me, things on the ground. This is what I was trying to get to before. Oh, hi. You got a lot of cigarettes in your hand. I don't mean any harm, but I will beat you if I have to. Oh, nothing. Oh. Jonathan, you need to see a doctor. Okay, let's get out of here. That was gross. And that was their secret area. Oh, I wonder. I feel like I'm supposed to... Oh, I just dropped it. Oops, sorry. To grab it. I feel like there's something here. Okay, maybe not. Go on over here. The scary area. Oh, what is that on the ground?
Nice. Is this a toy? Guess we'll find out.
I don't want a gun. That means I have to use it. Okay. Okay, so 2 is the gun, okay. Smash these. There is something. Oh, and the door closed behind me. Have you tried the roasted duck? I like the wallpaper with the paw prints. Breathe the misfire. Something was drug through here. Or someone. Closed, okay. Guy again. Can I upgrade my gun with you? Okay, so his nose is always long. Don't make me use this. Butcher Bill's special.
Would you love an upgrade, chap? Are you sure about that, chap?
Okay, so that's...
You're looking impressive now. Are you sure about that, chap? I ain't lying. Are you sure about that?
Triple shot. 3 rounds, okay.
I ain't lying.
Extra
Are you sure
damage.
about that, chap? You got a good deal on that one. Pleasure doing business, big guy.
You too. X marks the twist. Keep an eye out for those doors marked with an X, chap. That means it's a path you can take on your next playthrough, ensuring guests of the park get a new, unique experience on multiple plays. That's cool. It doesn't apply to us right now. I'm assuming in the Eddie's playground. In the demo. But yeah, this, seeing how it is creepy, but it so far I can handle it.
Restricted. The doors marked with an X are closed due to reconstruction. Come back later, and maybe this area will be ready for visitors. Mr. Twister, I should come back here after I get to the top of the tower.
Watch yourself. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Okay. And a key. Game saved, yay! What the heck is that? Yeah, I could see myself getting this when it comes out. Somebody's talking. Who is saying hello? Good measure. Got more. Okay. Alright. Another. Okay, so whenever I hear that, it is a phone, and it means it's a phone that's gonna kill me. Okay. I'm assuming I'm not gonna do it. Well, it is nice of them to, you know, let you know that they're around. At least. Out of 22. Don't want like I do. Yeah, no, we're not gonna waste on that. Oh, it doesn't even fully. Is that all I have? Is 18? I thought I had more. Somebody broke out of here. Like I hear something moving. Oh, something's written. Oh, I didn't check. Okay, so their bodies just disappear after a while. Alright. Beware contestant number 9. I'll make sure. Okay, I'd say he's gone. Beware contestant number 9. Not 1 through 8. Place is falling apart. You guys should get it fixed. It's gonna crumble. I'm not ready. They either come in or don't. Grow up? Is that what it says? Oh, heck no. Okay, so we can't always leave. Mr. Twister's twistiest tune, the Huggy Bears.
Prom night. She really was beautiful that night. Oh, don't be a softy, Tiny.
Oh, something broke out of there too. Or into there. Whew. Let me grab a drink real quick. I probably could have been done with this game if I wasn't such a chicken. I don't like this. Okay. Ew. I want to go where they broke. It doesn't matter. There's blood all over the place. It's teeth. Great.
You just stepped into a bed.
Oh. Shit. Okay, well they're just over here. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Oh, so it just puts your health up a little bit. Okay. Something else coming. Shit, I forgot they shoot you too. Okay, so the giraffes. Ooh! So first I was like, oh, they're only coming from one direction. No, they're not. Any more of you guys? Yeah, it's definitely worse to not know what's coming. Now that I think I got them all, since it's open, and relax. Unclench my jaw. Okay. Got you all the way over here? That was good. Proud of myself. Okay. Borderline inappropriate tickles await. Oh no, you don't need to tickle me. I'm good on that. Are those bullseyes? Ugh, it's even creepier up close. I think I got everything. What is this? Oh, yeah, because the balloons. Okay, now I'm confused. Did I? I don't know if I want that though, to be honest. And I guess I have to go on the side. Okay. Well, that explains my question of how did they get the balloons on the ceiling? There isn't even anything in them. Want to make sure. Okay, yeah, we're not going down there. As much as I don't want to, I feel like I have to. Okay, and they leave you only one way. Just in case something tries to... I don't know how to get there. Okay, this is not the way. So do I have to flip the room back? Is that what I have to do? Ew. Okay. I don't know how to do that. Okay. Because if I fall, since there's nothing to see, I'm assuming that means we die. I might have to take that chance, though. Unless it's on this side. No. Yeah, I'm gonna take a chance. Okay. That was an immediate no. Okay, so I gotta shoot them all over again? Did I? All of this stuff is still here, so I don't even think that I've upgraded my weapon.
Wouldn't you love an upgrade, chap?
Oh, I did.
Pleasure doing
Okay.
business, big guy.
Well, that's good. And I still want to make sure. So this was what opened. Okay, so this is where I have to come back to. Somehow. It scared the crap out of me. Oh, it scared the crap out of me. Man, I don't want to have to shoot again. Okay. At least now I know it's not too bad. You shoot them twice and they're down. Nothing. Oh. Okay. This is where they mess with my mind about this.
Prom night. She really was beautiful that night. Don't be a softy, Tiny.
Okay, yeah, I'm safe up here. Okay. We've reloaded as much as we can reload. Let's go this way instead. And I have to remember that one of them can come up behind me. Oh, you just... Was it because I'm not moving? Yeah. Yeah, there he is. Right? Oh, shit. Okay. Okay. He was all the way up there. Let me get whatever I can get from this guy. Already got it. Empty. Really? Rude. Alright, so we gotta twist it and figure out what the heck I have to do after that. Oop, I didn't mean to do that. Excuse you. But I do have to get that switch. That's like up there. Yeah. Can I throw something at it? Because it just wouldn't let me get back in here to flip the room back. It's my only problem. No. Oh, it's up there. I can't grab anything? Shoot. Alright. Let me just flip it and then try to get back in there to flip it back. Because it seems like that's the only way. Otherwise, they wouldn't have you flip the room in the first place. And then give you the ability to flip it again. Yeah, seriously, how? Get back up in here. Something to figure out some other time. I don't want to die again, because I don't want to have to start all over. Okay, I was up there for a second. No. Hey. I feel like we should be able to, like... What is it? To be able to walk right there and then jump. Just doing that does nothing. Doing that does nothing. Okay, we're up. If I crouch? No. No. Something I can do. I don't want to watch somebody else play it and figure it out that way. But I don't know. Oh, the developer released a video. Okay, so I'm looking at other people's videos and they're 30 minutes and I've already been playing this for an hour. Oh, I'm such a chicken. I just want to see how to get up there. Person is in a completely different part. Come on, let me see. Or was I not supposed to do this? Wait. I'm confused. Okay. Oh. Okay, so based on what I'm seeing, it's not about going back there. They did something over here. Not exactly sure what, but we'll figure it out. I was right the first time when I came over here. And where did they go though? Oh, this. I don't think I want to go in there though. It's a fan. Okay, so now everything is... Ah, okay. Oop. Remember, contestant number 9 is who we have to be aware of. Sneaky, sneaky. Empty. All that, and you didn't give me nothing? Make sure. I don't trust you. Alright. Well, since... It's probably gonna be somebody come. Yep, here we go.
I want to snuggle.
Feel like I hear somebody else. And this guy's just watching. And there they are. Come on. No, we can't reload. There's still someone. Okay. I don't know if I exactly want the key. Don't like that you watch me.
Wouldn't you love an upgrade, chap? Pleasure doing business, big guy.
Mm-hmm. What is this? Okay. Is it, are you coming or not? Feel free to close the door. Game saved. Okay. This thing moved. It moved again. Okay, so it's just moving every now and then. I thought it was because I was moving. Cool, even though I don't want to have to use those, but you know. What is that? Underage drinking encouraged? What kind of place is this? Oh, there's more of those things. That mean giraffes are gonna come? Oh, teacups. Ew. Okay, here they come. Okay, I see you. I see you. And I see you up there. They just appear out of nowhere, literally. Where are you? Shoot. Can we get closer? Okay. It's cheating. Somebody's here still. Nickel and Tommy. Mm. Oh, we got 5. That just means we're gonna need it. I don't think I got anything from... Well, I must have. Maybe not this body. Hmm. I can't push these. So I want to go up here. How do we do that? not supposed to right now. Let me upgrade this. If I can.
Wish upon a star for the right price.
12,000.
Are you sure about that?
Oh, become invincible. Go use a bunch of bullets, okay.
You're pulling all the right strings. Are you sure about that? You're pulling all... Are you sure about that? I ain't lying. You're looking impressive now.
Do I still need 1,000? Okay. Can't go there right now. That's next time. There really wasn't anywhere else to go either. Right? Or am I wrong? Let's go back to Teddy's playground. There is a way up there. Maybe the ball? Maybe I can jump on the ball? I mean, yeah, I can jump on the ball, but can I move it? That's stuck. You know. This isn't gonna do it. Want something has. No. Oh, maybe up there. There might be a door that I didn't go through. It's okay to be a weak fraud. Probably Tiny Martin. What? Why does it sound like Daffy Duck? Oh, that's to turn the room upside down. Okay. Let's go find Daffy's friends, I guess. That was good. Okay. I don't think so. So, do I want to go through here and then jump? Can we jump that far? The answer is yes, we can jump this far. Oh, I was hoping that there'd be something that, you know, that was worth it. Worth the hassle, the possible death. But nope, not yet. Maybe that eventually. Guess we're going into the nursery. Where is it? I hear the... There it is. Come here. Oh, okay, so that must be for that area. 500. We are almost at 1,000. Is what I remember I need. Upgrade. So low. Ooh, talk about a jump scare. Okay, now where was that? Because I saw something waiting for me. Oh, I didn't get in here. Its eyes were... Ugh. Nothing. shoot. So much blood. Where's oh, here it is. So where's the other body? I need stuff. Yeah, we already went there. I didn't go here, did I? Or over here, it's still blocked. So where were those stairs? You go in here, because I saw them, I thought. Okay, so we're going back out here and see. Okay, I see them. How do they know my name is my question. Uh-oh. Where do they go? Duck. And a giraffe. Where's the duck? There you are. Yeah, I hear you. I guess I'm gonna have to go down there soon, huh? May as well. I know that they're like right here. Oh, maybe not. Where are they? I don't want to jump down and be ambushed. No? Oh. Yeah, I needed to eat anyway. Now, do I hit the stairs? So there's something else over there again? Why don't I have my gun out? Okay. Rude. question as to where I need to go. Hey, made sure to point the way. That is just, they're so mean. I see you. I don't know how far this reaches. Oh, you're all... I don't want to go upside down yet. Smoking is strongly encouraged. This place is interesting. Still waving your knife? Ugh. Okay, so let me try to figure out where I'm gonna go from here right now. This is gonna flip everything, right? Oh no, it just opens that. Okay. Was that down there? Yes, it was. Oh, this is the beginning. That was the elevator. Okay. I just don't trust you. I hear somebody. Yeah, there's a body. Twisted token. It's time to get your first twisted toy. Use this token in the main lobby on floor 0 to collect your gift from your host. I mean, do I do that now? I'll do that now and then come back. Zero's lobby, right? And if we can find 10 more tickets, then I can upgrade my weapon. Hey! Awesome. Now I can upgrade here.
Wouldn't you love an upgrade, chap?
I would like an upgrade, actually.
Are you sure about that? You're pulling all the right strings.
Oh,
Pleasure
cool.
doing business, big guy.
Lobby, you are here. Where do I place the ticket? Is it? Oh, maybe it's here because it matches. Oh boy. The harpoon, you'll be hooked. Free. Okay, where do I get it from? I don't trust standing on that for too long. Yeah, we gotta do something. Oops, I meant to. Oh, it's a library.
Tiny, are you ready to hear about the prize?
No.
It is my honor, with great delight, to reveal the prize of Twisted Tower tonight. If you reach the top, through trial and fight, you shall win. Sweet Charlotte Wright!
Okay. Grapple across the room by launching your harpoon at the blue targets. Okay, okay. I did see. Press the middle mouse button. I did see blue targets. Okay. Well, that's cool. I don't think I want to be in here, though. Oh, shoot. This is metal. It's not going to work. Okay, well, I'm stuck now. It's red, so it wouldn't work, right? Maybe it will. Yeah, it said blue. No, I can't go under here either. Okay, what did I do? What can I do? Something with this light. That was weird. Oh. I have seconds. Okay. That was interesting. Um, Where's another one? That's red. Probably through here. Oh no, maybe not. I'm missing something. Can't go through that door. Can't go through there. Oh, okay. That must have been why it lasted for so long. I have to go up here, do this, and rush. Come on. Run. No? It wasn't on the edge close enough. Run. Okay. So that's exactly what it was. All right. So I gotta go all the way back? Because I can't jump there. And that was... yeah. But it's not far, right? Yeah, it's just here. Oh, I need to grab a gun. Another elevator key. Game saved. At least I don't have to do all that stuff over again. I don't hear anyone. stuff over there. I'm guessing we jump down and then get to the elevator. Since I have another card. The elevator. I don't like this music. Okay, I saw something apparate downstairs. It's a giraffe. I see its eyeballs. I mean, come over. Woo! That was... Well, they can just pop up on you at any moment. Oh my gosh! Holy! No! Okay. We have some time of peace and then killer clowns. Oh, here she goes. Yeah, let me use this until I'm with the clowns. Those are for this one anyway. clown down there. Make sure I got everything for you guys. We're not done yet. Where? Oh. Okay. That wasn't crazy. Already got it. And this fool just watching. This is a long demo. It's nice.
You did it!
Oh, see? As I said it. Get lost in 5 hauntingly beautiful worlds, uncover the truth of Tiny's ascent of the Twisted Tower, explore a variety of fully unique paths, ensuring the path up the tower is fresh for every player. Oh yeah. Collect 10 total weapons, all with interesting alternative fire upgrades. So I had 3, I think. Discover a dozen more creepy carnival enemies, so much more. This is creepy. That's cool. I like this game a lot. A lot. As stressed out as I was, I really do like it. Right, and that is it for me. For this, I might come back later and do another game, but thanks for hanging out. Hope you have a good rest of your day.